So we'll run through a number of statistics as well. But so far, we're having Elsie Aye, who is the president of the Persons Living with HIV/AIDS Ghana, indicating that the high case count in some regions is because many other regions do not have the requisite facilities to test individuals.
We know that the regions where there appear to be fewer persons living with HIV they travel to Accra, they travel to Bono, they travel to Eastern region for their health care. So they are counted among the people in those regions. They are counted among the numbers in our region. It was a discussion that we had 2 weeks ago in a workshop of our members across from the 16 regions. And we all agreed.
Well, so let me just run through some statistics as well. And that's quite frightening, knowing that facilities are not available for testing. And you know that we voluntarily have to walk into some of these centers to test ourselves because it is always important to know your status. Indicating so far, according to the latest statistics from the Ghana AIDS Commission, that's 16,000 children, I have to say, well, as well as a young adult, 15 plus years have been infected. All right. And that infection rate also has an additional 1,600 in excess under 15-year-old children also infected. And so that brings the total to 17,774 and counting. And that's the last roundup of the collection of the data. Now, there's also every indication that we have the HIV population reaching in excess 334,000. Now, what do you make of this? We have the phone lines going to be displayed subsequently. Please make sure you call in. Are you worried that we're doing something, but perhaps we are not doing it now? Because the deaths are indicating that for 2023, we had 12,480 deaths recorded. And that's from the last count. Again, you have a breakdown of the 15 plus years old who are, we'll categorize them as young adult as well as the older adult, 11,000 and 1,300 for under 15-year-olds. Well, this is quite frightening because sometimes you don't know who is around you and you also have to show that compassion to reduce the stigma, etc. What do you make of this? The phone lines will be displayed on the screen for you. And we have Aziz Donla who is calling us from Good morning to you, Aziz Donla, and thank you for calling us. What do you make of the statistics coming from the Ghana AIDS Commission?
Aziz Donla, I'm calling from It's very alarming. Looking at the numbers, yesterday, I monitored it on News 360. And I was very shocked looking at the 2023 figures. I think what we need to do is to go to the serious regions.
Okay.
Because when the president was speaking, she made mention of some patients moving from other regions down to Accra and the other places. But then what I'm thinking is that, like, if they can do this free testing like they have been doing, I think it will help. And if they can give the test kits to people at the facility, for instance, if a patient comes, you can give the test kits to the person and then educate them on how to do the test on their own. If they do it that way, then you can get them a different mobile phone and you can contact you as well so that after the testing, you can trace them and then do the needful. If not, it is very alarming. Before I'll just say good morning to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, wherever he is. We are greeting him. Thank you very much, Mr. Roland.
Well, thank you for the call as well. So the phone lines are still open. And what do you think, apart from the atomized thing, especially when the Ghana Statistical Service as well as the Ghana AIDS Commission is indicating that the lifestyle of young adults who are transacting sex for commercial purposes, as a result of that, increase the infection rate should be a point for consideration. Good morning to you, Charlie. You're calling us from where? Where exactly are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Wali. I'm Charlie.
Charlie. Okay. So what do you make of this? From your own observation, what do you see around young adults that do you think is contributing to this in terms of our sexual reproductive lifestyles?
Yes, my brother, you see, there is a missing link. When we were children and when we were attending school, they used to go around and give us sensitization. They used to go around and educate us on the need for us to, as it were, prevent ourselves from getting the disease. But if you look at this, it's like it has subsided. So government, for that matter, religious bodies, they need to educate their people. We need to educate them in the mosques, okay? We need to educate them in the church and even in the marketplace, so that we will get to know that these diseases is going up, okay? Because previously it's like it's subsided, but nowadays when you listen to the news, it's very, very frightening. It's very, very frightening. And I want to even appeal to my people in Wali Wali. Look, these days there are some people who go around and be cutting nails. They call them nail cutters. And these people, the materials that they use to do this cutting, they don't sterilize the materials. They use them from people to people. And we're happy to use these things. We don't know what they use to, disinfect these materials. So if we don't take care and allow these people to be going around cutting people's nails, they are the very people who contribute to, the escalating nature of the disease. It's not about sex these days. It's about our attitude. So we have to change our attitude. We need to make sure that we do a lot of sensitization so that the people will get to know the ramification of HIV. Because when you listen to the news these days, it's very, very worrying. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Andy from Wale Wale. Again, what do you see around you that you think that is also contributing to this, especially knowing that the statistics is indicating that young adults, especially that population that is the most productive age grouping of our population, that are highly infected? Why are we having that phenomenon? Because according to the Ghana AIDS Commission, as well as the information that is always picked by the Statistical Service, sometimes young adults tend to transact sex for purposes because it's commercial, they'll gain a lot from it, and they're very, not consistent, but very promiscuous about it. Good morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling us from? Hello? All right. So please, when you call, please be brief, and also listen to us directly on the phone, and don't try to listen to us from your device or set, because it gives us some feedback and delays as well. So the phone lines are open. Make sure you call us. Are you worried about the current rates of HIV/AIDS infections? We're told in excess over 300,000 people have been infected, and especially that group that is affected is most productive age group we have in our population.